Join us for the very first IFL Live at London's Indigo at the O2, Sunday, August the 13th, with me, Kugan Cassius, and some very special guests. Eddie Hearn, Darren Barker, Johnny Fisher and more. Tickets now on sale. So in the words of Eddie Hearn,
you get up, you dress up, and you fucking show up.
This is Umar Ahmed for IFLTV, proudly sponsored by Ablas. I'm joined by Francis Warren, just seen your man Moses Itauma. 6 sharp, quick, powerful rounds from Moses tonight.
Yeah, I think, didn't start the quickest. I think he was trying to field a guy out in the first round and trying to field a guy out in the first round. And I just, it'd be nice if the guy come and have a bit more of a fight with him. I think perhaps looking back, Moses might have wanted to put a bit more pressure on him a bit earlier. But, he's still 18 years old. That fella's been, he's been in with Ditchko and Fraser Clark, and had it not been for any, I'm not knocking Fraser's performance in the stoppage, but it was a similar sort of looking fight. Fraser was beating him up and sustained an injury, and the last, Moses showed what in flurries and in what he's capable of doing when he puts his shots together. I'm sure the fans would have wanted to see a bit more of that. But like I just said, he's 18 years old. He's still learning his trade, and that guy's a seasoned survivor.
Do you think these rounds, he's gone a few rounds last time at the Copper Box, gone the distance tonight as well? Do you think this will stand him in good stead moving forward?
Yeah, I do. I just made the point to Moses that when he gets down the road and he's fighting for titles, it's usually considered a benefit when people have. When they do tail of the tape and you've got total rounds boxed. The last 2 fights and the last 12 rounds he's just had with 2 very tough men, I think will stand him in good stead. He's still got to get his man strength. He's, and it'll come. The stoppages will come, and there'll be different type of opponents lined up over the next couple of fights. We don't always want these 6-round slogs where he's got to go looking for people. We want a couple of fights where people are going to come and have a go at him. And I think that's when you see the best out of him.
Well, he's out next at Wembley Arena on September 23rd on a huge card, Zhang, Joyce. So what are you thinking in terms of an opponent for that fight, in terms of matching?
We've got a few different options. Tonight, had he got the stoppage tonight, it would have been a nice little one-up on a few of the fellow domestic rivals and Ditchko. So maybe it's quite an easy comparison to make when you've got domestic rivals on the resume. So we'll have a look at a few of those who are available. We definitely want someone who's going to come and have a go. So yeah, it's a few different options.
What was Fraser Clark saying to you ringside?
He was just being absolutely supportive. He was shouting support the whole way through the fight to Moses. But to me, he was just saying this man is a tough guy. He said to me his fight, he was wearing him down, and he forced an injury, which I believe to be the case. He said, a couple of times he went, get him to step it up and throw the combinations. And, I just think, he's an old head, Fraser. I think he's only just slightly younger than me. He's been around and been doing this for a long, long time. And, he was nothing but supportive. And, I fully respect and thank Fraser for his support tonight.
Francis, when do you think, realistically, he can fight for an English title, Moses?
Next couple of fights, and I don't think there's anything to say that he's not capable of going in there and mixing it with Sol. I think Sol's been crying out for an opponent, so I'm not calling anyone out. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just saying that I think Moses is at a level where there are British opponents, potential British opponents, and I think some of the guys who we've gone into to request a fight with, they've said no. So then you've got to go to the next level up, and that is sort of English level. I'm not, like I said, I'm not being disrespectful for anyone. I'm not saying, we want this and we want that. He's still learning. He's still, grafting in the gym and day in, day out, hopefully learning new things with his training team. But yeah, certainly by the end of the year, I think we could be pushing for something such as an English title.
Okay, a couple of more things I've seen on the Zhang Joyce 2 undercard. You've also got Pierce O'Leary and Sam Noakes out.
Yep.
Talk to me about that.
Yeah, Pierce will be defending his WBC International Super Lightweight title. Still looking for some opponents. It's very difficult to match him. Similar thing with Sam. They've got Big Bang and Sam Knockout Noakes. So they're very difficult to match. But we're working hard on it, making sure that they get the right fights for their career development. Steve Finesse and the team at Queensbury are doing all they can to secure the correct opponent for Sam. Al, they're in the gym day in day out with Al Smith, grafting, and just looking forward to seeing them back out again on September 23rd. It's looking like a fantastic undercard, and I know the guys are very proud to be on it.
God, I can hear things going on there in the main event. We're missing a good fight, it seems. Just before we go, your dad is adamant, absolutely adamant, that Daniel Dubois will beat Oleksandr Usyk in Poland. He's saying it off camera as well, so he really does believe it. If you had to make a case for Daniel, tell me.
The closer it gets to the fight, the more I believe I could support my dad's claims. I think that, if you go, and it's not heart-rolled in the head, I just think that, and as well, Moses went out and sparred him, gave me a bit of a report back, and he said he's looking absolutely terrific, looking really sharp, the jabs never looked better, and he sparred him over a number of years, and he said this is the best he's ever seen him. I spoke to John Charles when Moses was out there and obviously asked how's Daniel getting on, and Charles is absolutely adamant as well. This is the time for Daniel to step up and become an elite world level fighter. Listen, Usyk's a terrific fighter, legend of the sport in my opinion. He's undisputed at cruiser, and he holds multiple world titles at heavy. He's performed at the highest level for many years. But I just got a funny feeling that Mr. Dubois can go over there and really cause an upset. He's got to be at 110%, and perhaps catch Usyk on a slightly off night. But I think Daniel can go and do it as long as he's switched on. Doesn't have a crap start like he did against Lorena. Smashes that jab out, and uses it as a ramrod to box his way in and hopefully bust Usyk up.
Look forward to it. Heavyweight division, lots of things going on, and your guy Moses is certainly going to be in the mix very soon, so we look forward to it.
Thank you very much, mate. Top man.
Join us for the very first IFL Live at London's Indigo at the O2, Sunday, August the 13th, with me, Kugan Cassius, and some very special guests. Eddie Hearn, Darren Barker, Johnny Fisher and more. Tickets now on sale. So in the words of Eddie Hearn,
You get up, you dress up, and you fucking show up.